Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to IT Learn. Thank you for being here. This is our first day for our October training on QA to AI. And our journey is very simple. If we are in the field of software testing, software test automation, quality assurance, quality engineering, we would love to use AI to enhance our career to the largest possible extent. There's a lot we have to do, team, overall, and I'm pretty comfortable with the way we will go forward. But here's the starting point, what we're going to do. So there's a goal, apart from what it wrote, I think very important is to equip yourself, team. You must have such a good profile, so much confidence on your own skill that it should be undeniable that, oh yes, this individual is a great software test engineer. And this engineer knows the perfect tools, processes, and technologies to use, and to bring in that overall art of automation, software testing into it. So that becomes very important, team. Any questions before we get going into deeper? I have one or two poll questions just to get an idea. I'll launch the first one. We did an orientation session 2 days ago, team. I wanted to know if you have attended it, watched it, or at least not yet. Didn't do either. 15% votes, 20%. If you didn't do, I'll try and give you a 1 or 2 minutes overview and then go deeper. I'll still do a recap. So far, it's a single digit percentage on attended live and similar on watched the recording, but a huge number on didn't do either. Why are you not able to do it? Is it your time? Is it your dedication? Is it your purpose? If you're serious, team, I will really help you transition yourself. If you're not bringing yourself up to speed, I can only take you that far. So you have to spend time. There is no question. Sorry. Yeah, some of you are out of US and it's not a great time. It's like it was 2 a.m. in UK. I got you, Siri. I would love to do trainings at different times also. We put a poll. We did a few things. Didn't come up. Let me close this poll. I got 71% votes, not everyone. Let me share it. So team, there's only 20% attended live, 13% watched the recording, 67% didn't do either. Now, can I ask the 67% people if you're going to go ahead after the session and watch it again? Orientation, yes or no? That's important for me. Because I'm explaining everything. And here's the thing, team. The 2 weekends, today, tomorrow, next weekend, Saturday, Sunday. But there's the entire next week, weekdays, and the week after, where you will do a lot of assignments, a lot of practice. So please be prepared. Thank you, team, for confirming you will do. All right. Back to my screen. So here's the document we generated out of our notebook LM. Notebook LM, when I was trying to share it with you in the orientation, the document, I realized that it's the emails are coming to me asking me to, do you want to share it to someone? So I started doing, I'll share it with each of you. Thank you, Titus, Vidya, Shashi, appreciate. All right. Program format and schedule is very simple. So I just spoke about it. Any questions on this? We will do a lot of hands-on. Now, before we get deeper into it, there are things to do, team. There will definitely be software and trial license tools, mostly SaaS, to install and practice on. I will guide you exactly, team. There's a huge list of tools that we have to go through, but we'll go through it very quickly. Our intent, while we try and do that, is first understand the test life cycle. With AI, and then we will talk about some application and a test, maybe UI, maybe API apps. Actually, I want to do both for sure, and I have good demo applications, demo for our practice and testing. And the actual Foxes project. So these are the things that we will do a lot, team. So you all can install, you don't have to install right away. We can do things as we go along. So what we want to do is 4 modules. I don't know if I can go module by module, but we might go tool by tool and then slowly advance and make sure everything is covered. In terms of AI and all the concepts, to large extent, I'm very, very comfortable. There are a few things that keep coming up new that we have to learn together, and we will explore them. Learning is definitely easy now for us. Project work, end-to-end automation. This is very important, team. And one of the other things that is really picked up speed is Playwright with MCP. We do have Selenium, that's still popular. We have Karate. But there are the SaaS solutions team like Tosca, Test Team, both are with Trice and Test. Functionize, Mabel, all of these are doing well as low code, no code, human friendly test automation solutions. All right, so we discussed all of this in our orientation session. Any questions before we get going, please? One of the first things I want to do is go back to Notebook LM. Oh, that's nice to hear on that, Sashi. Let me read out what you just mentioned to the others while I log into my Notebook LM. So Sashi was just writing that after joining September session, she incorporated Cursor in the office, and I think now Python with Selenium, it's helping in their work. Wow, that's very cool. We will use Cursor very extensively, yes, for sure. Let's see Notebook LM for a bit. I like Notebook LM because it gives me some kind of a good clarity on where we're going, what we're going to do, and so on. Where is it? Ah, and I think October training, this is where it is. Now, it's the same one. The first question I'll ask team is, I think I accidentally clicked on it, but my question would be to start with a prompt. Explain software testing life cycle. Now, first I want to do it as is. Then I want to talk about, let's also do AI into it. Let's see if it gives me it's still talking about AI first, quality engineering. That is fine. Autonomous end-to-end testing for fast release cycles. This is absolutely key, team. All that entrepreneurs, business operators, large corporations want to do is make their customers happy, which gives them revenue. And for them, the way can do is by having leadership and front runners in the tech space. They want their customers to be very, very well tech equipped for every solution. And the faster they can release it to the market, the better they will do in business. Shift from QA to AI first quality engineering, traditional QA. Okay, I wanted you to talk about documentations and how we go. It makes sense. It looks great in the larger perspective team. But what is a starting point? Can anyone help me? If I have a project, let's say I have source demo is one. There was this Tricentis web shop. Demo web shop, that was a good one. And I also had, so I'm taking a couple of applications team and we can play with it. Swagger. Team, let me quickly take this call. Hi, this is Karthik. Sorry, team, that was a student and they didn't receive it. All right. So they didn't receive the link. I was trying to guide them. Document on the list of tools and the installation. Yes, I will. In fact, the document that we have here will continue to add into the same one. Okay. There's a lot we'll do, team. Definitely cursor. If you have other IDs, that is fine too for me. That's not a problem. Let's see. So what are we trying to do here, team? This is a web application and I should be able to test this out in and out. Now, similarly, I have Swagger. Where is it? Did I get it? Swagger demo. Store.swagger. Yeah, let me get this. Quick question, everyone. I'm assuming since you're most of you on software testing and test automation, how is your skill on APIs? Do you understand them very well? Otherwise, I'll definitely walk them at length. What is an API? How does it work? And what can we do? Now, so these are two applications. Petstore.swagger.io. It's got a lot of endpoints that we can send requests to and see how the response comes back and do some amazing testing. And for everything, there is good amount of documentation that is available. When there is documentation, it is the purpose was earlier to make it easy for a human. Today, if documentation is present, it is easier for AI to actually do tasks for us. All right. So my next question that I would ask Notebook LM would basically be what? Build a test strategy and a test plan for the web UI app. And I'll give this link for now. Notebook LM is just a starting point, team. I can use the same prompt and let's also do maybe chat GPT-5. Let's see what it'll say at a very basic level. And this is the same one we will continue to use even within cursor. I hope I have cursor here. A lot of Python programming and all we'll get into from tomorrow. So we need cursor on it, team. Questions, anyone? It's got the relevance of foxes. That is why it is acting very funny. It's talking a lot about foxes and I want it to be more generic to begin with. I'll answer your question, Mr. Alakshi, in a minute. So here's the chat GPT response: test strategy and test plan. Every one of us should be very well aware that key difference, team. This is a larger document. It talks about our approach, types of testing, what's our scope, objective, what are the different types of testings that we'll perform, what tools and methodologies we will use, entry exit criteria. All of this become very important. Your test metrics and reporting, extremely key. That becomes your test strategy. Then comes your test plan, team. Test plan is about the actual deliverables. It's got a timeline, it's got an objective, it's got a schedule, it's got deliverables. We talk about how we're going to actually do it. What is the specific plan? How the executions will happen, how things can be done. Now, this is an interesting document that took us so much time and effort in our initial days, but now it's so clear for us to get a good document. So what ideally would be the next step, team? So I have test strategy, I have test plan. My next thing is what are the other test artifacts? Did I spell it correctly? That can help me to perform end automation testing. on this app. I'm talking of things like test scenarios, test data, user stories, all of this. Test automation strategy, perfect, love it. How many of you using Chat GPT 5? Automation test plan, excellent. Tools, we have so many options. What do we do then? Test case repository, automation backlog. All this makes so much sense for us, team, these words, if you are in the testing industry, especially things like automation backlog. What have we covered? In sprint, sprint plus one, all of this becomes important. The way you organize your artifacts become very important, team. So it's also talking about a little structure recommended, how it wants to organize files. Questions, anyone? I want to talk about POM, POM. How many of you are aware what is POM? Is it project object model? So if we use Selenium or Cucumber or Karate to a large page object model, yeah, you're right. Our whole purpose is to try and organize it in such a way that it is easy for us. For every page, we will write two things in a Java class or in a Python uh, class. One, what are the different elements in that web page that I can identify, and how I identify XPath or CSS and all that, or properties like ID, name, whatever is the best. The second is what are the methods that I'm allowed to do it on it. That's your page object model. Page by page, we put everything together. And that is what it is talking about here. Let's put all pages here. Tests will talk about like login test.js and all that. Which test will access which page object model and execute those methods using those element identifiers. Am I making sense, team? Are you all with me? And that was a beautiful way. That was a great framework, a model through which many organizations worked. Now, let me ask one question. How many, if I use Selenium or Karate, how many Java or Python scripts I need to build and manage for automating this UI app, end to end? And that is where the challenge comes in. Low code, no code is trying to focus on facts like, hey, we don't want to do all that. We don't want to write a code for everything. It is too much code. It is too hard to maintain. Um, it looks okay in a short one, but look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 7, 8 users. That website has so many things. It's got like hundreds of features. It's a full web shop. Let me put these links also for you, team. There was one question earlier, Visalakshi, to see these endpoints are readily here to use for our learning and automation purpose. Yes, the other website that I showed, that is specifically for our learning purpose at the moment. Chat and paste it here. Now, if I join a new job or a career line and I'm given this application and say test, can you all give me a rough count of how many test scenarios we might have to write? Yeah, I got at least 2 or 3. 70 to 100 looks very small. 1,000 plus looks closer or more. I am thinking more than 500 scenarios, team. It's not 50. It is not double digit for sure. That I can challenge. Look at this. There's user management itself has a few things. Look at the number of links, features. I might have to go through everything. I want to check if news works. What's the point of having news if it doesn't? For the news page, I might have 3, 4 tests. I might test the title. I'll test the URL. I'll test the headings. Maybe everything is in one test scenario, but there are a lot of tests I'm doing within it. So now think again, team. How many tests will we have? That is humongous. End to end. It can't be what ChatGPT said. I will argue. Huh. End-to-end automation means, okay, Selenium Java recommended folder structure. See here, that's where it got us all the main pages. It's at homepage, login, register, product, cart page, checkout, order history page. And then main test. Let's test login. Let's test registration, add to cart, checkout, order history. Utils, common repositories. So this methodology might not change, team, if you continue to use this. Now, how can AI help us? Earlier, every programmer, every team member in my QA organizations had to do it handwritten. Now they can give instructions to things like cursor and ask it to write tests for us. That is great. We can ask Playwright with MCP, Model Context Protocol, and ask it to do. It is absolutely beautiful for us and easy to manage large code bases in going forward. That's the most important thing. Google actually just released something called Jules that helps you to connect your GitHub repository and make sure that your code is fully AI enabled. That's beautiful how you can release with a team now. Typical script count, total. Now, karate. A team, can anyone think of what is the difference between um, Selenium and karate? What is BDD? It's a behavior driven development. We also call it sometimes as test driven development or acceptance test driven development. The point is very simple, team, in here. The way we approach is this. First, I will have a user story. My application is not yet ready. I am totally trying to do shift left. I will write a test. Developer's job is to make sure that he or she programs to make my test pass. So first we'll write a test and say, if my test passes, that means the developer is done correct. After I write my test, the developer will start coding. That is test driven development, team. Now, if I have a good feature file that tells me things like a story, given a user is logged into this application, when he or she is eligible to receive, let's say, air miles or some coupons, then show them this some kind of a offer. So that becomes a story for a user, that becomes our input for testing. Code volume high. So between Selenium and karate, it is trying to compare, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. Now, did it give me which one gave me notebook? I want to take it to cursor now, team, and see what it can do. Cursor is doing too much on foxes for now. I don't want to get into that because once we do foxes, it will look very easy and we might not come back to the harder ones. So let's finish the harder ones and then we'll do. I am trying to do Java, Python, Selenium or Playwright. That's fine. What do I want? I want a simple. Give me a short test strategy, plan, and other needed document to kickstart. Now, team, I know I'm taking a little time in the initial. It's still day one, but it's very important how you do it at your end, team. What's your approach? And that is very critical for us. So I'm going to take this document now, what it gives me, and I'll put it into cursor, and I'll see if it can create some Selenium scripts or karate scripts or even Playwright. I don't know which ones yet. Cursor, how many of you have used cursor or how many of you have never used cursor? That's an important one. Recent, Open project, I'll say. But definitely, team, before the end of our training, all of you will use it extensively. This is very important. And it's not that I'm only like Cursor, even Eclipse and um, what's that, PyCharm, all of this use it. If you've not used it, don't worry. Start learning to use. It's a simple IDE. You can go to cursor.io or cursor, just Google it and download. I'll send you that link also after it. Cursor helps me to keep everything in one place. It's an IDE with AI built into it. So there's free options and the paid options as well. I've got all of this. Let me open a project, a new one. Questions, anyone meanwhile? C drive, 1F, 2F. Wow, there's so many here. And team, you're more than welcome to speak. You're more than welcome to share your screen as we go forward. If you have a question you want to speak at or any point you want to add, unmute yourself. Just raise your hand, I'll unmute at my end. Let me copy this. Now I'm at Cursor team. Let me very briefly explain Cursor as a tool. It's a dark themed layout, new updates later. This is an old machine. I'm trying to reuse it again. I opened it in a new folder called QA to AI. There's nothing here right now. The folder itself is empty. One of the first things that I would want to do is create a file here, team. It is just like organizing anything. I'll say this is my requirements dot text, and I have an editor in my central panel that lets me do any document editing, code editing, and so on, just like a typical IDE. I'm going to paste our entire requirements out here. So I've used ChatGPT. I gave it a URL. I tried NotebookLM. It went all over the place because the relevance for that was Foxes was included. I want to stay with Selenium and Karate for now. Then we'll go to Playwright. Then we'll go to the others. Now, are we doing API testing in this? No. Our focus is only UI as of now. Then we'll do API. But let's learn how we can do anything. In Cursor, you have AI built in as a feature, and you can use a chatbot to ask it any question. Now, this becomes an important context into my Cursor window. The easiest thing I can do is right click on it and say add file to Cursor chat. And that would come up out here. So any questions that I ask, it should give me relevance based on what I've put here. What do you want to ask? Think of your prompts. I want prompts from you, team. You give me a prompt. I'll put it here. What should we ask Cursor? Now that we have a test strategy, plan, overall, a few things organized. What is the AI prompt we'll ask? Why don't some of you stay unmuted? You can speak freely. You don't have to type in your keyboard. Can you write Selenium with Py scripts? So what is my purpose? I want to build the entire automation suite, right? To help build an entire test automation. Shall I call it a framework or a project? I'll call it project for this app. Now there are, oops, where did it go? It's trying to log me in. It's been long since I worked on the system. Okay, learn it IT. Let's see. Do I have? Oh, it's not the premium model team. So this is a different version. I've logged in as a different user, and that is okay for me. Basically, what happens is your cursor.com. In in fact, just URL. It's cursor.com team. It's not cursor.io or AI. There we go. And you can download your version here. You can log in, create your account, and you can upgrade and maintain if you want to go premium. All right. Now let's see if it can now do it. So okay, I'm changing this later to my premium account. I also would show you as we go along tools and integrations on how we can add Playwright, GitHub, and other MCP, how we can connect GitHub, Slack, everything that we need. So we'll continue to focus a lot on this team for the next 2-3 weeks. And remember this, I'm continuing to do this training. So what I was teaching 6 months ago on QA to AI, I will be upgrading a lot more. So we'll learn the latest ones. Now, this is your cursor settings. Whenever you want cursor settings, click on this icon on top right, you should go there. On the bottom left, if you see, this is my left panel, middle panel, and my right panel. Right panel is my AI pane. So I can use this there. The middle panel is where your terminal comes in team. So if you need to run Python scripts or Java scripts, you need an interpreter, you need a virtual environment to execute that. That is provided by us. So as long as Python exists on your machine, you're good with it. Uh, is it open source IDE? It is not. There's a free version. It's not open source IDE. It's a commercial tool, Cursor, but there's a free version and there are premium versions. Premium version gives you great abilities among the agents. Right now, when I click on the agent, I can go and change this agent and say which model am I using. And where is it? Yo, auto. Okay. It actually shows max. Max mode is a full AI mode team. The pricing is very simple: $0 per month, $30 per month, $300 per month. How many of you people think AI is free or cheap? It is extremely expensive, team. If I have to use Playwright MCP and run my test, every time I run a 5 minutes test automation, it'll cost me 48 or 58 cents. Just imagine if I run overnight tests, I will end up with a $200 bill in a night, one individual, all tests. And this is where you can choose, team. Let it decide between which model to use. If you go premium, you can do more, but this should be enough to start with as long as it can understand the context. I didn't just go here and say, do everything. I went and first created a good document. Perplexity is another tool, team we'll get to later. That will help us to become better at our prompting or documentation skills. Now let's see if it does it. Okay, I've asked it. It is currently thinking or trying to understand what to do and see. If I give you this document, does anyone want to try it on their machines? I can guide. I would love to make you a presenter. How's it going, everyone? Good so far? Am I in the right with you all? Love to hear your voice as well. No one raised, no one wants to be the presenter. That feel comfortable. But team, the only way we come out and succeed in life is to break the comfort zone. I totally try my level best to a large extent, though I keep aging every year, to still be very active and accept new challenges. I love that. Okay, I'm trying to share this document with you all while Cursor is trying to build something. The reason it is taking so long is it's not a small thing I asked. So it has to understand Selenium. It has to understand this application. It has to understand the requirements. It has to understand how software testing works. And only then can it give an answer. So let it do in its slow-mo. No worries, status. We don't have audio. Shashi, you can. Okay. First, I'll do one thing. Let me share this Google Doc. Excuse me. So we already have this October training document, right? What if I put it at the end of it? So that way everything is in one place for us to maintain, right? Nothing got pasted. Let me copy it in from here. There was one hand raised and it went down. Okay, it's come with the background color as well. I'm okay with it for now. This, so what all are we talking about? Selenium, karate, cursor so far. That's it, right? We're not talking about anything else. UI automation. Now, let me share this with everyone. Okay, I see a hand raised. Sashi, hi. Hi, Sashikala. I muted you to start with. Let me share this doc first, and then you said you wanted to be the presenter as well.
Yeah, but for now, let me see like if I can access this document.
Sure. Yes. So correct. Once you take the document, open up cursor and put it in there. Team, I just put that Google Doc in our chat in GoToWebinar. You can pick it from there. Sashi, once you're ready, you can come back onto it. Let's see. Where is cursor? Come on, this is too pathetic. It's taking so long. What happened? Why is it taking so long? Is it tough for it? Or is it because I'm not using a premium version? And that is the reason I moved to this system, team, and not my other one, because I want to show you non-premium usage. Not every one of you will get the premium access, so we learn with that. And then does current session recorded? Is the current session being recorded? Yes. Every session I'll record it and I'll put it back on our itlearn.com. Right, just left. Someone else's. Okay, I'm not happy that cursor is not answering. Why? What is your problem? Is it too much? Can you write? Why am I asking it a question? First of all, and that's a big thing, team. When we um, talk to AI, it's nice to be courteous, it's nice to be straightforward, but you have to be exactly directional, saying what right. Ah, I don't know. It's not even responding to me. I think I need to install the latest one. Is anyone else able to do this at their end very quickly? I'll try and log in from my other system as well, meanwhile. Excuse me. Okay, I have the sheet and I'll also open cursor and I'm going to log in from the other machine to go to webinar. But team, I have not heard if anyone else wants to present meanwhile, but at least let me know if you're able to try it at your end. That's important. dashboard, go to webinar, switch to this tab, home page. What, we're just about 40 minutes into the session so far. Oh, Sashi, you're ready. I'm able to access the doc. Nice. Let me make Sashi color the presenter, and then I would love to switch to anyone else as well after that. Making you the presenter, Sashi, right now. I just did. You can
Okay.
share it.
Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. So what I did is I copied whatever notes we have and kept in the requirement.doc over here in my folder.
Perfect.
So like instead of creating, I was thinking in my mind, instead of creating whole uh, end-to-end tests, maybe we can start with asking the cursor to create for login at least.
That is such a perfect thought. Very well thought through. Yes. Let us not give it a very big task. Let's give it a small, simple starting task. Go ahead, please. Let's do that. I'll see what's happening with my cursor here and the other system. Wow. No, this is not yours. I thought I'm seeing your screen. 1 second. Okay, now I see it. That's nice. Correct. I liked it. So quickly rec.doc, you put it there, and you know exactly. Let's give it a small context to begin with.
Okay, I'm saying create Selenium using Python uh, and
See, that was quick. This was fast. Very nice. And it's also talking about page object model for login page. That is a
okay,
beauty theme now. Now look at how it'll look at the left side. Observe what will happen on the left. It'll start adding all that it needs. Config.py. So it created a folder called config. If you click on the left side and expand that folder, it'll create some files in it. There we go. This is the beauty team. Now, if I have the scripts ready and I can do a quick execution and test it, then I can keep improving it with the next prompt, next prompt. We have to keep fine tuning it. Create base test configuration driver setup. Excellent. This is doing well. I was speaking on mute. So, Sashi, prime underscore code and simple data structures.py is your code, correct? From previous.
yes, it was from our previous session where I created. Yes, that's correct.
Fair enough. Rec.doc is the one you copied the entire Google Doc and put it here, correct?
Yeah, not the entire, I can say, like, but I created whatever you gave, we got from the requirement doc that from the cursor.
Perfect. Sounds good. And it generated requirements.txt, is it? Can you click on that? Or
Um,
see that
mm,
under that?
okay, okay, that's correct. Yeah.
I think it created it. So now look at this team. Now, for us to do any test automation, we need Python libraries. And the minimum are Selenium, and it's
Mhm.
asking us to use PyTest, WebDriver Manager,
Mhm.
Python .env, LU or PyTest. It's going too many on PyTest, but basically Selenium and WebDriver Manager at least are important. When it comes to APIs, then we will use requests from Python to help us that way. Pandas, so many other things, slowly, TensorFlow, all that will be libraries. Now, basically what we have to do is pip install requirements.txt.
Mhm.
It'll automatically install everything. For now, you see that green icon, keep and undo. If you
Yes.
like it, click on keep, please. Red line means it was the old line. Green means what is the new line that it changed. So we're keeping it. Very good. Now, uh, look at this team. Pages, can you go to basepage.py or homepage or login page? Nice. Let's just quickly look at this code. Scroll down, please.
I'm sorry. It is going super fast.
Nice. So this is the base page. Base page class containing common methods for all pages I see. So navigate, title, keep going. We'll just quickly see what all it's doing. How many of you are comfortable with Python coding? If you're not, learn it. There's no more excuse or reason why we cannot. With Vibe coding. Vibe is VIBE coding team. So that's primarily when you're using AI to sit with you along with like a coding assistant and you keep doing your coding endlessly. So go back, get page source. Okay, all of these are there, refresh page. So these are reusable actions that we can. Now, do you see what is going as an input? Let's go back to base page once.
Sorry.
No worries. This keyword called self is very important, team. Scroll up, please. That is what we're sending as an input into everything. Either this self locator text or just self or something. Every time we are sending self. What is self?
Yeah, if it is like this dot, yeah, when I compare to Java.
Uh-huh. It's just like a WebDriver object. It is that instance that is actually letting us control. So
Mhm.
the row line 18 in it is their initialization. So when we create a class and it'll instantiate the objects according to it and it'll create self dot driver is driver. Driver is what I'll send as an input. I can have Chrome driver. I can have Firefox driver and Gecko driver. And all of these things are important things, team. How we organize and structure it is very important. What I've seen organizations and teams struggling is to give such code construct where everyone, let's say I have 200 people working in software testing in my projects. Everyone won't write the same way. Everyone will have a different way. How do we get them all into one common framework? And this is a page object model, team. Very important for us to be aware. Nice. Let's go to home page now and login page. That's our key things. What is the difference in home page now? So base page only had our actions or methods that is common. Now look at uh, line 9. It tells us containing locators and methods. And team, how do we identify? Element identification is very key. We have ID, you have name, you have CSS, you have link
Mhm.
text, you have XPath. This you have to master. You have to understand. So anytime you see web app, right click on it, say inspect element, you will see all the details for it. That is what even cursor is doing for us right now. So very important. It got the locators. Locators are what right now looks like mostly links only. It can also be text fields. It can be drop down. It can be radio buttons. It can be anything. Nice. Scroll down further, please. Let's see. Navigation menu locators. Very good. See how neatly organized naming convention.
Mhm.
This is the future of software testing team, software test automation. And right now it's just Selenium. With Playwright, it'll be different. Karate, it'll be different. Foxes, it'll be absolutely different.
Okay.
Uh, Tosca, do you think Tosca can do all these tests? Automation tools like Functionize, Mabel, Sauce Labs, they all are still qualified to do similar. Very nice. What we're using are open source technologies right now, like Selenium and Karate. Then we will also work a lot on SaaS. So this is nice. Get cart quantity, click gift cards when you keep going. And team, 2-3 weeks ago, we were doing some Python training. Tomorrow, I will continue teaching Python using for UI and API automation. That's going to be the big focus relevant to our sessions. You have to understand everything in this code. Whenever you get time, Sashi, it's really beautiful what you generated. Do share this as a zip folder. Maybe I'll tell you, I'll guide you to all of us.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at tests now.
There are nothing in the tests. I don't see anything.
There are two tests, no? Conf test and test underscore
Oh,
log.
okay. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
No worries. No worries. Okay, driver underscore manager, driver manager, driver underscore manager, get underscore driver, yield driver. So that is at PyTest. So what is PyTest team? If you are aware, something called JUnit and TestNG for Java, it is an inbuilt testing framework for Python developers, where I can provide number one tags, and anytime you see an @ symbol, there's a tag assigned to it. So if I say I only want to run scope function or something like that, I can only run those tests. So that's how I can choose what I'm doing. Nice. So this driver, this home page, can you scroll down? Let's see. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Looks like.
Okay, it's just a configuration test. It's not doing anything more. Okay, next one is test login. So now it's created two tests for you. At PyTest mark.smoke. So there are two tags now in PyTest. One is we're saying it's smoke. Second, I'm saying it's also a login test. So in future, if I say run all smoke tests, it'll run all the smoke tests. If I say run login test, it'll run this and whatever is marked. Now you see home underscore page dot click login link. How will it do that? Because in pages, we have home underscore page. So if you go up in import, in the code itself, team. Sashi, let's go to the top of the script. We'll have some imports mostly. There we go. Import PyTest, and it's got actually everything. It's just a login. So it's basically taking the base home underscore page dot py.
Okay.
Scroll down, please. Test successful login with valid credentials. Very good. On line 13, just left of the word def. Can you take your mouse there? Left of it. Go to the left where 13 you see. You can minimize that exactly. Just
Got it.
collapse it. That way you can expand and just keep minimizing all of this. So I'll know exactly what all are there.
Hmm.
This one you expand. This is the main one. Minimize this. Yep, that's good enough. Leave it like that. Scroll down. So test successful login with valid credentials. Test login with invalid email. Come down. Test login
Invalid password.
password. Mm-hmm.
With empty credentials.
Yep.
Oh, that's it, I believe.
Correct. That's good. And that's a good start. And just imagine another prompt away to make it a absolutely expanded full end-to-end test suite. Okay. Now let's read everything that it gave as a summary in our AI panel, please. Now that we understood to a certain extent, now we'll read. It's very important, team. Do not ignore what it gives you as a summary at the end. So scroll up and let's understand what it did.
One second.
That's enough. We can go from here. Yes. There we go. It created a final summary document also. Setup underscore guide.
Oh,
Dot,
okay.
yeah, dot markdown. It is just click on that on the left side. Yeah.
Okay. So it
Okay.
open.
Correct. Step 1, pip install -r requirements dot text.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2, bash. What is step 2? I couldn't see. Setup.py. Okay. Next. Step 3.
One second.
Run underscore test.py. Test type smoke, test type login. Nice.
Wow.
There's the framework. Scroll down further, please. Run demo test, demo.py. Next.
Individual tests.
Perfect. Beautiful. Everything.
Oh, boy.
Now, yeah, let's read what all it did. It'll do a lot of beautiful things on the right side. And this is a free account team. You all should do the same thing exactly what Sashi is doing. Let's read the AI document again. AI pane. Thank you. Okay. Now scroll down. There we go. Let's read this team.
I have successfully created Selenium automation framework in Python for testing the demo web shop login functionality. Here is what I have built for you. Configuration and setup requirements.test config, which is config.py, driver manager.py.
Yeah. So it's basically showing the entire structure, configuration setup, and it's also got pytest.ini, initialization, where
Mhm.
markers are there. Even if I don't know something, right? Let us say I'm new to Selenium, I'm new to Python. By looking at this document, spending time, I can go through each and understand a large extent as a human. So it's easy for me to master this now. Then it talks about page object model. It talks about test cases. Let's see test execution. What does it say? Why are we going up? Scroll down, please.
Sorry.
Are you using a Mac?
No, like this is not my regular computer, so
Okay, no problem. Test execution. Yeah. Run test dot bat. What is the bat? Dot bat. It's a batch file that is like an executable almost. Can you click on run underscore test dot bat on the left? It'll have few commands that we can do for easy execution. Yeah,
this one run test
correct.
dot bar. Did you say?
Yes, please. So either I can go to terminal and say do ABCD, or this is the actual CLI command line interface. So I can
Okay.
copy this whole thing or run this. Even if I double click this file from my Windows Explorer, it will run the entire framework for us.
Okay. Should I do that right now or?
We will in a minute. Let's scroll further after test execution. Let's see what's there. We'll try. And now I can ask any questions to it. Scroll down, documentation. Readme.md came up, very good. And I know it also created requirements.txt and setup guide. Yeah. Test cases, positive, negative, scroll please. Key features, wow. Headless, okay, parallel, excellent, quick start. Now this is important. Unless we do all of this, we can't do much. Here is where I, number one, click on the keep all first. Let keep all on the bottom right, you see, right? That
Yeah.
is basically it created so many, we're saving them all first. Now, install dependencies, run demo test, run full test suite, run specific test type. This is what we have to do. Scroll down. Perfect. Let's start with the first step. Python, sorry, pip install -r requirements.txt. So
So I
what you
can.
do, Exactly. If you go to that AI panel, you can copy it. You see that, no, not necessarily there. You can go to the right. You see that copy link is also there. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, over here. Okay, it got hided
Ah,
here for me. Yeah, one second. I got it.
because of your go-to webinar, this
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Okay, this is beautiful. Pip install -r requirements.txt. Now, we already saw, right, team, in requirements.txt, we have Selenium, we have WebDriver Manager, and a lot of things. Each one will get installed now. Let's hit the enter key. Now, what do? I have to debug. I have to find a solution to come out of this. I don't know what the problem is. I'm smart. I will use AI. Just take your mouse above on this red color text. Slowly click somewhere. Don't select anything, please.
Okay, okay.
Just just click anywhere. Now click again. Right click. I want that add to chat to come up. No. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, I think I did something wrong.
No worries. It's a little clumsy also, cursor. It's not a perfect tool, so don't worry. Do me a favor. Copy this entire output right from bottom to top. Yes. Why is it not going up?
Mm-mm. One second. Let me copy that. Ah,
And don't copy. Just see that add to chat has come up on right.
I see. I see
Just
it right now.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now you observe here on the bottom window, there is a terminal icon and it says pip. So it's got the content there. Help me debug is all the prompt that I will write in cursor now. A
So,
new, yes, correct. In the AI pane, help me debug. That's it. Because I want to fix this error. I think I
okay.
know exactly what the problem is, but let's see if
You're teaching.
cursor.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay.
Welcome to the commercial world. Wow. Now let's see if we can fix it. At line 1, character 4, pip install, category info, object not found, pip string. Pip itself is not available, I guess. And can you untab before pip? Why is there space?
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah.
I don't think it should affect. Just use your oh, -r space requirements.txt. Correct. Team, are you all with us? Everyone learning, understanding, capturing? Do you think you'll be able to try similar things at your end? I would love to hear from everyone, please, if possible. The questions. Okay. What happened? We still have the same issue. Pip is
Mm,
not recognized. So
yeah.
pip has to be installed. Let me try and get you the command. Just do a Google search on the side for a minute. Meanwhile, I'll come back to my screen and then we'll go to you. Thank you, Seshi. That was beautiful. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you. My pleasure.
Now, pip install. That is what is left. Pip install. Why is pip not there? And because if Seshi or anyone is facing, it's a common thing for everyone. Installing pip in Python. That okay. So the first command that we will do is pip space hyphen version. Seshi,
Oh,
try it.
oh,
I'll also put this in chat. That will let us know if pip is there, then we can. Or you have to do this. Install pip using get pip.py, verify the installation. It's a good note overall. So I'll copy this entire thing into our Google Doc also.
So did you say pip install minus minus version?
Uh, that is to no pip my space minus minus version. That will say if pip is there.
Okay.
This one. It couldn't, and the reason it said fourth character was spaces, but it didn't understand pip. So I don't think pip is installed on your machine. So we
Okay.
need to
Okay.
do a few steps like this. But typically, pip should come with the terminal. That's where I was a little confused, but let's see. No worries. All right, team. Let's see if my cursor did anything. It didn't even start out here. Now, anyone else would like to do the same? We will now do the API test team on cursor. How do we do it? How do we build the API test? The starting point I would again start. Let me talk about API team. You looking at the UI, right? Login test we created, we couldn't execute it. If Seshi or someone is almost ready, we'll do it. Or tomorrow I'll do it from my side. We'll go through. Let's look at this. What is the Swagger documentation? Basically, a Swagger documentation is something, if anyone is using Swagger as a tool, to help you to talk everything about your architecture of your APIs, all the documentation. It's primarily a total end-to-end documentation. If I have an endpoint, it'll tell me exactly what is my endpoint, my base URL endpoint. Base URL will be common team. For example, this is the base URL. See, it's saying it. In here, with this base URL, if I append any of these endpoints, then I can send a request. A request would be basically go to this URL. What am I trying to do? Upload an image. So to upload an image, I need to know the pet ID. I need to upload an image also. Choose file. Once I do it, I should get this as my response. Here is my request. Here is my response. In this case, just pet. Add a new pet to the store. Look at my request. In this, I'm sending a JSON body, JavaScript object notation team. Very important for all of us to master this format, in which we talk about like a key value pair. ID is a key, value is 0. ID is category within which it has a JSON object again. And then it is good ID 0, name string. Here, name doggy, photo URLs, string. Where is the URL if it wants to give? I don't know. But that's fine. Tags, status. So these are various things. So I'm giving all of this as inputs team. Then I'm able to add a pet. And I'm getting 4 or 5 invalid, maybe because the input is not correct. How about put? What is a post? What is a put? What is a get? So post at any time team, it is adding a new record. Put and push, they're trying to do it more of updatings. Your most important things to start with are get and post. These are all your CRUD activities, CRUD. Create, read, update, delete. That's it. So I've got delete, I've got post, I've got get, I've got a lot of endpoints. Now, the way it works is any business, if it wants to provide features and functionality. Now, this is a pet store where maybe I am having pets where I can put their pictures, their details for adoption or sale or some care or something like that, correct? Everything I'm able to achieve via APIs as the backend. All that the user has to do when they click on a link, it actually goes and runs an API. The user won't see it this way. End user. The user will see only the relevant thing. What is the name? What is the photo URL? Those things. But the backend is all driven via web services architecture or APIs. So For us, it is very important if we have an application that is using APIs to handle its business logic, then we should be able to test it. I'll go back to Chat GPT here. I liked its output. Its Chat GPT 5 is definitely better than previous versions. I never used Chat GPT earlier. I used to use Grok and all, but now I use a little bit of it. All right, what is my requirement, team? I would like to create similar documentation to do end-to-end thing for this URL. Remember that this app doc in Swagger is all about the API functionalities and related documentation. So the reason I'm saying it is I don't want it to take any risk. Your prompting should be so clear that there is no benefit of doubt going anywhere. Even this is not a great prompt, it is a stupid prompt I put, but that should be enough maybe to start. Now, what is my next journey? I want to take this and put it into Cursor and ask it to create Python scripts that will do this for me. That is the future, team. That is where we're going. And we have not even done test data or defects or self-healing and all that. So there's a big journey. Of course, we'll get there. But one by one, I want to take everyone with me, team. I don't want to just keep showing. I love to see more of you showing and sharing your screens like Sashi. End-to-end scenarios, test data. Now, when it comes to API testing, in fact, even for my UI testing, I'll require some test data. Sample test data might be there, but that's a big strategy, team, of how you can expose your application to different sets of data and still be able to basically trying to break the application apart. You're trying to test it fully. Test plan, schedule. Wow, beautiful. Now this becomes an important point. I will take it and put it at least in our Google Doc. That can become a great entry point for us to go next. Where am I? I'm all over the place. Questions, anyone? Doc, yeah, this one. UI API. Then we'll also do database. We'll do some SAP projects or IoT projects. Let's evaluate them all. Okay, I'm going to the bottom. Did I paste it? Yeah, I pasted it. Karate DSL. Nice. Can Selenium give me API tests? No, correct. Selenium is only built for our UI applications. Can Cucumber or Karate do it? Yes, Karate has inbuilt API test actions that you can use. Karate is a good team, good tool team. I liked it. It's basically Gherkin language. It is low code, no code, but you still have to write code. You still have a lot of things to do. What I like in Karate is there's something called as test scenarios and scenario outlines in which you can create examples as data, and you can send a CSV and you can repeat the same test on different sets of data. So some good concepts of data driven framework, keyword driven framework are inbuilt to Karate, and it's a good tool. Playwright is phenomenal. It has gone to the next level, team. Shall we look at Playwright right now? Maybe in this, I don't know if it's there. Let's see. Connection failed. Okay, it didn't do anything for me. How about this? Use Playwright MCP to test. What was that application? This one. Actually, I'll ask you to test itlearn.com. Why not? Team, are you able to log in? I believe my team fixed that login issue for now. Let me know, please. Now, what is MCP? Model Context Protocol. It's basically, if I need to do Playwright, I need to do, oh, oh wow, but will it launch? Run tool. So Playwright has given remote access to few methods like browser navigate, about 20 odd actions. Now see on the left side, it opened up the website. It will navigate, it will take a snapshot. It is trying to perform all of these to-dos right now. This uses AI extensively, and this will cost you team over a period of time. So we need to find the best optimal solution. And money is a big driving point. Where is it doing? Calling browser snapshot. While it's doing, if I can just quickly show you in settings, if you go to tools and integration, you can add MCP tools here. MCP is a way that you can use like a connection to a third-party automation provider where you can do certain activities. If you see GitHub says 26 tools enabled, what does it mean? You have 26 different activities you can perform on GitHub using MCP. Create or update file, search repositories, create repos, push files, update pull request branch. What users use very regularly is what MCP is giving. GitHub might want to give 50 more, but I'm sure this 20 odd are good enough for most users to start with. MCP is a new thing. So every company is trying to create MCP servers so that we can use any MCP client and access it. Playwright, MCP. This is the other one. In here, we have all of these capabilities. Browser close, browser resize, browser install, browser type is there, navigate, press key, fill form, take screenshot, click. Each one has a specific um, capability or uh, action that it performs. And that is all we're doing. So each time it is asking me, should I run the tool or not? Can I make it run all? Oops. Run tool. Where is it? I think it is navigating here. There you go. So it will continue to do it, team, one after the other for me. So I give it instructions on cursor. So now this browser was launched by Playwright on my local machine, and it has taken full control autonomously. It is executing based on my instructions in cursor. So we have Selenium, we have Karate, we have Playwright. And that is not the end of our beautiful story. There are this super fighters like Mabel, Functionize, and Tosca, who want to do a lot of things, team. There's a lot that's happening there. We will master each of them. We will master each of these. That's a focus from tomorrow. Next week will be, so team, tomorrow we have a training, same time. Monday onwards, you'll all work on the project. We'll do Playwright, we'll do MCP, Selenium, Karate. We'll also work on Foxes. I just want to make sure that you'll build an excellent profile. I'm very clear about it. That's my goal. And there's no reason why we cannot. We will do it. So, wow, there's so many here. Let me go to Tricentis. Tricentis has become a good market leader team. It's got a lot of corporate organizations who have adopted them at an enterprise level. So that's a good thing that speaks about the software. So that means that software is doing something very nice. But the products that they have are immense. They have Qtest for test management. They have Tosca, they have Testim for test automation. They have NeoLoad for performance testing. So it's almost like a complete package for large organizations. They have mobile and they have integrations to different types of applications. Desktop, native, mainframes, web, APIs, and all of that. Tosca has become popular as enterprise end-to-end team. It's got a 2-week trials, but only for corporate email IDs. I will guide you to help you install the 2-week trial desktop version. We'll also see if we can get Tosca Cloud to test it. How do I show Tosca? Maybe here, features. Agentic test automation. Now what Tosca did is it added Copilot, just as a simple AI tool to it. And it is beautifully doing a lot of things for it. What all do I want it to do? I want it to manage my tests, create my tests, run my tests, clean up my tests, self-heal, all of that. That would be my thing. But even if I leave AI aside, there's a lot of things that they do. How we can automate and bring everything. So we'll go through Tosca as well, team. Maybe 1 or 2 more tools. That's the intent. All right. Questions, anyone? Anyone want to share their screens? I believe I'm almost good for today's session from what I wanted to show you all and how we started. Tomorrow we'll go deeper and deeper. And then Monday onwards, all hands on. Questions? I'm running each after the other. I don't know why, but there's a setting here somewhere where I should be able to run everything without interruption. There's one hand raised. I'll see if there are any questions, team. So team, any questions, please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Hi, Titus. I have you unmuted. You can ask a question.
Oh, you unmute me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just saying, today's my first session, just a lot of information. I was trying to
Grasp.
sort of organize things. I already got some
Mhm.
tools on my machine. I was able to install Playwright yesterday. Went through the process
Oh,
of
nice.
installation. And I'm doing some work, some of my stuff in VS Code as well. So,
Excellent.
and my company gave us an account of GitHub Copilot. That's when I'm working on my computer machine, but on my
Uh-huh.
own personal machine, I got a 30-day trial that I can use. So I'm just trying to, long story short, I'll have to, after this session, I have to take some time and just sort of organize everything together because it's just a lot of information. So,
Sure.
but you have to say, yeah, thanks. I appreciate this.
Hmm. Thank you, Dennis. And it's a starting point. I will share the recording and we'll take one after the other. The first thing might be you want to start with is cursor on your system download. Then we can do one by one from there on. Sure, but glad that you're already doing VS Code and Playwright and all on the side, GitHub Copilot. So you're getting there. I think in a week or two you'll be very comfortable. That's good. Good to hear.
Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, but yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, because it took me a lot of time and research to identify and understand exactly. I'll try and keep it simple slowly. We'll keep repeating one after the other. That's why I think we can easily do it in 2 weekends for now. Get a good start. Then we'll play around. We'll keep expanding from there.
Yeah, you're right. You really learn by doing. So that's why
Correct.
a lot of you can't just learn by watching.
Correct. And it takes time. We have to give it and we have to repeat it at least twice. Then it becomes easy for us. So yeah, we'll get there. That's the idea. Thank you. Anyone else, please? Want to add, have a question? Free speech. Hmm. I'm waiting for hands to be raised, but hardly I'm getting any. Is it too early morning on Sunday? For me, it's 9:33 a.m. Pacific time. I know some people for UK and India, I think it's still a comfortable time. Weekdays, I'll figure out, team, if we have to meet because 6 p.m. Pacific time on a weekday is 2 a.m. UK. Some lot of members are there from UK, Europe, and other countries as well. Team, I'm looking for questions. Otherwise, we good. Let me see if there's anything in the questions box. I'm trying Playwright. Okay. So she reached her limit on cursor, so she has to try it later, I guess. But you got the concept right, team. I want everyone to do exactly the same what we did today. Take the sample applications, take a simple notebook LM or any LLM, large language model like ChatGPT or so. Ask it to help you to create documentation. Then take it to Cursor. Ask it to build complete projects for you. Now just imagine this is all test automation. There's so many other fields like web development, SEO, SMO. A lot of significant things are happening. We will focus on software test automation. We want to master it. There should be no questions about our capabilities using AI for testing in future. I am getting a couple of more questions on the chat. I'll take them and we'll wind up, team. But if you have any other questions, please raise your hand. Otherwise, we're ending soon. Can you use any of these tools for helping in automate test cases for an existing automation framework? Oh, yes. So Madhav, that's your question. Can you use any of the tools for helping in automating test cases for an existing automation framework? So let us say you're using um, Eclipse. It depends on what ID you're using right now, Madhav. Or so you can add Copilot or a few things like that to these. All IDs are giving you the AI chatbot integration option using VS Code and WebDriver IO. Okay, VS Code. That's what I think even Titus is doing with VS Code. Can you do Copilot? Is it allowed in your organization? That's another thing. Not all corporates are accepting AI fully because of PII, PHI, any consumer confidential data. I'm using VS Code and WebDriver. Let me also play around and see what is there for VS Code. But team, can anyone else answer this question what Madhav asked? Because I didn't use VS Code so much. VS Code and WebDriver ISO. I can use Copilot. Yeah, Copilot is a good start. It might not be the best of LLMs or chatbots or engines, but it'll get there. And if your prompting and your context is good, you can actually improve your framework, team. If you have an existing framework, the first thing you would do is a prompt like, hey, let me, I don't even need to share my screen anymore, but hey, is my code structure correct? Organize them, refactor them. I want repositories created. Everything should be extremely well organized. So AI can really help clean up existing stuff totally. But I'm not confident on test cases that it generates. I'm lazy in prompting. No worries, we'll do more prompt engineering. I'll show you Perplexity tomorrow, team, and how we can use AI to help us build prompts more better. So first step will be, we'll take a stupid prompt, put it into AI. It'll generate a beautiful prompt. We will read it, review it, and then put it back into your Copilot. Then it'll solve everything for you. But that is very good to the math. See, yes, it's like, how do we solve things? And I'm seeing another one from Suresh. Already have an automation framework in VS Code using Playwright and with JavaScript scripts. That's beautiful. TypeScript, I'm assuming, for Playwright. It's not integrated with Copilot. Can we use a similar kind of AI assistant in VS Code? I'll do one thing, team. Tomorrow, let me get VS Code. Let's play around it for a bit. We will explore. I don't know on VS Code much, but I'm sure there is. Let's research. We'll find it. Both Madhav and Suresh have similar questions, so we'll see. Already have an automation framework in VS Code using Playwright with JavaScript scripts or TypeScript, I'm assuming. It's not integrated with Copilot. Can we use a similar? Does VS Code have a feature, a plugin for Copilot? Then use it. The way I do it, see, I'm in Cursor, but I'm also using ChatGPT on the side. I'm asking ChatGPT to get me started, then I'm going to Cursor. So there's that smarter way of handling a few things. I'll ask here the same questions. let me do this. I took the chat question and I pasted it here twice. No, once is good enough. And this was the other one. Let's see. Option 1, GitHub Copilot, best native AI assistant. Steps. So this is where team Mike, if I get a question, I am seconds away from a solution because of the power of AI. Earlier it was just Google search, and I used to do all the Stack Overflows and all of this instructions, blocks, and then get some solutions. So option 1, GitHub Copilot. Option 2, OpenAI's ChatGPT versus code extension. Sorry, VS Code extension. So that's a good extension too. You can use OpenAI's ChatGPT also. I think the free is 2 or 3, something like that. Plus will be 4 or 5, correct. VS Code AI, since this is a lot team, Codium, Tab 9. I don't know what they do, but this is good. This is good information. Great. Let's do VS Code also. I'll add it to the curriculum. We'll explore, we'll play around with that. Thanks everyone. Have a good one. We had an hour-and-a-half session today. We will mostly meet up for a little longer tomorrow. Titus, you had something else to add? Or anyone else?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Go ahead.
A couple weeks ago, at my job, we had like a 4-day session with a consulting company. One of the things I heard was something called context files. I didn't even mark down. I didn't hear you. I don't know. It's something that is applicable here. Where to build like a yeah.
So context. So prompt is one. Prompt engineering is one. Context engineering is next. RAG, retrieval augmented generation, is very important, in which notebook element all does. So the simplest way to look at context is, for example, in my folder, I only have one document. I right click and say add file to cursor chat. Now that file is my context. So let us say I'm in existing project. I have a code base of 100 programs and configurations, environment files, utilities, and everything. I will add that to my context window. And that becomes any questions that I ask AI, the answer should not come from the wide www. It should come from our only given context to large extent. That is the only way we can solve our personal problems. Personal, when I say even at work, what exactly we facing. So context makes us narrow down, have guardrails and boundaries, and stay focused on our exact purpose. Very relevant. That's extremely critical. It's a very simple thing slowly. As you keep adding here, you'll see a percentage number coming on cursor on the bottom right, which says how much is in context already, like 30%, 40%, 60%. You can't add. And there's a problem of hallucination, team. You add context, you chat for 2-3 hours with AI. 4th hour, you sit down and ask it'll forget about what we asked first. So we have to build rules on the side. How does Karthik or Titus use AI? This is my rules.txt. That would be another document. We continuously build such way team. So for example, this is the older one. So anytime I do something like AI.text, let me show you, which should keep everything in place for me. Read me, and yeah, I'm all over the place for now. I'll not jump, but did I answer your question, Titus?
Sounds good. Yeah, I saw that, and that's kind of like an eye opening when you were creating all this documentation to use later in other, in the cursor. So I think that's long story short, still got a lot of work to do, but yeah, it's a good start. Yeah.
Good start. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I think we're getting there. And just imagine we are in October of 2025. Imagine how it will be 6 months down the line, our future. We have to be on top along with it. Initially, even I felt AI stuff. I didn't want to jump onto the AI wagon. I was very happy with my automation. But then slowly, once I started, it took me a little time, couple of months. Now I'm very comfortable with AI. We need to take it to the next level, all of us. We'll do that. Great. Thank you, everyone, for a great Saturday morning session. I'll see you all tomorrow. You have a great day. I'll try and send an email about this video, but on the YouTube channel, you'll find it. This video, I'll upload it in a few hours. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.